In the chronicles of World War II, if Battle of Stalingrad was the place that halted the arrogant advance of the Nazi German war machine, then the Battle of Kursk was the grave that completely buried Adolf Hitler's hopes of restoring the situation on the Eastern Front. Taking place in the summer of 1943, the Battle of Kursk not only went down in history as the largest tank battle of all time, but also as a great testament to the art of masterful defensive counteroffensive warfare. The background of the battle began in the spring of 1943, after the Germans suffered a devastating defeat at Stalingrad. At that time, the front line formed a massive salient jutting deep into German defenses around the city of Kursk, about 200 kilometers wide and 150 kilometers deep. The leadership of the Third Reich, at all costs, desperately sought a decisive victory to restore troop morale and regain the initiative. A plan codenamed Operation Citadel was devised, aiming to use two massive pincers from the north and south to encircle and destroy the Red Army forces within the Kursk salient. To ensure success, Hitler delayed the operation for several months to await the deployment of the latest superweapons, the heavy Tiger tanks, Panther tanks, and Ferdinand self-propelled guns. However, Hitler's ambition encountered the meticulous preparations of the Soviets. Thanks to an effective intelligence network, the Red Army knew the timing and location of Operation Citadel. Instead of launching a preemptive strike, the Soviet High Command, under the direction of Marshal Georgy Zhukov, decided to set a massive trap. The Kursk region was transformed into an impregnable fortress with 8 successive defensive belts, thousands of kilometers of trenches, anti-tank ditches, and more than 1 million mines laid. Both sides committed their most elite forces. Germany deployed nearly 3,000 tanks and self-propelled guns, while the Soviets fielded about 5,000. A historic clash was inevitable. At dawn on July 5, 1943, the battle officially began. Thousands of artillery pieces roared, tearing apart the quiet summer night of Russia. On the northern pincer, German forces quickly became bogged down and were broken within a few days by dense minefields and the steadfast anti-tank fire of the Central Front, commanded by General Rokossovsky. In the south, the offensive spearhead of Field Marshal Erich von Manstein was more aggressive, breaking through several defensive lines and pushing deep into Soviet positions. But the cost in blood and steel was extraordinarily high. The peak of the brutality occurred on July 12, 1943, in a field near the small village of Prokhorovka. To halt the German attempt to break through the final defensive line, the Soviets committed the 5th Guards Tank Army to the battle. More than 1,000 armored vehicles from both sides collided in an unprecedented close-quarters clash. In the sky, aircraft screamed. On the ground, dust mixed with black smoke from burning tanks turned the battlefield into a living hell. Despite the thick armor and powerful firepower of the Tiger tanks, the legendary Soviet T-34s exploited their speed advantage, charging directly into enemy formations for close combat, turning the battlefield into a massive furnace of steel. After the battle at Prokhorovka, the morale and strength of the German armored forces were completely exhausted. By mid-July, faced with the resolute resistance of the Red Army and the Allied landing on the island of Sicily, Italy, Allied invasion of Sicily, Adolf Hitler was forced to order the suspension of Operation Citadel. Seizing the opportunity, the Soviet Red Army immediately launched a massive counteroffensive, sweeping German forces from key strategic areas and liberating Orel, Belgorod, and Kharkov. Closing the fiery summer of 1943, the Battle of Kursk marked an irreversible turning point in World War II. The pride of Nazi Germany's armored forces was shattered on mine-filled, smoke-covered fields. After Kursk, Germany permanently lost the ability to conduct large-scale strategic offensives in the east and was forced into a defensive posture until its eventual collapse. The battle not only honored the military art and extraordinary bravery of Soviet soldiers, but also etched itself into history as an enduring symbol of the triumph over evil through iron will and unbreakable determination.